Thank you, Mark. Yes, we're in the 5 Live studio again for the commentary because of the current restrictions that we're living under at the moment. So we are reliant on the pictures we get, so do bear with us. But down in Lisbon, in the José Alvalade, the home of Sporting, the two captains are just punching fists, or his glove in the case of Manuel Neuer, over the halfway line with Memphis Depay. And we're just about set for the start of this second consecutive night of Germany against France in a Champions League semi-final. We could have a first final between two French clubs, which would guarantee us a first-time European champion, or we could have the prospect of the Bayern Munich Paris Saint-Germain final, which would be tantalising, mouth-watering, whatever you want. But it is a warm night, I believe, again in Lisbon, and the teams are just getting ready for the start of this second semi-final. Bayern in the all-red kit with the white trim, and Lyon again in their black shirts with the white trim. Let me run you through the teams before we get underway. Lyon unchanged, as are Bayern Munich from the quarter-finals. So Anthony Lopez in goal for Lyon, Denea, Marcelo and Marçal, the three central defenders, as the whistle goes and the match begins. Bayern Munich kicking off this second Champions League semi-final for the right to play against Paris Saint-Germain on Sunday, and Bayern immediately on the front foot. Denea with a header on the edge of the penalty area, it bounces away and is whacked away downfield by Cornet. So just to complete the lineups, the Lyon wing-backs, Dubois and Cornet, then Guimaraes, Caqueret and Aouar in the middle, and Memphis Depay and Karl Toko Ekambi up front. And Bayern Munich with Neuer in goal, Kimmich, Boateng, Alaba and Davis the back four, Thiago and Goretzka in the middle, Gnabry, Thomas Muller and Perisic, and then 54-goal man this season, Robert Lewandowski, scored in all 8 matches he's played in the Champions League, 14-goal top scorer in the Champions League this season, the man up front. Lyon against Bayern Munich, BBC Radio 5 Live, and once again we have not one but two of our best summarisers for this match. Chris Sutton sitting probably 4 or 5 feet to my right, and Dion Dublin away over in the corner of the studio. So let's hope that we get a really good contest, and I'm interested as well, Chris, everything you said about Bayern Munich, absolutely right. In fact, here they come down the left hand side with Davis into the full back position, pulls the ball across, and it's steered away to comparative safety. They should get it away. The other thing, of course, I always think in these scenarios, Chris, is that complacency is something that all top teams, all top sportsmen sometimes forget, and that's something that obviously Bayern Munich have got to guard against tonight.
Yeah, but I saw Hansi Flick his quotes before the game. The game starts from scratch again. Forget about the performance against Barcelona, which was magnificent, and the form they've been in since he's taken over. You can't see him letting them switch off, and with what is at stake, I think that we know what Bayern Munich are going to do, and it's a case of can Lyon deal with it. What I would say about Lyon, so important they stay in the game, that they don't go behind and have to chase the game. That will be their game plan.
Here's a ball down the left hand side. Memphis Depay is onto it inside the penalty area, looks across, looks for Toko Ekambi in the middle, but his cross is blocked by Boateng, and the ball bounces out for a throw in 10 yards away from the corner flag. Yes, when we were there for the final group match when they played Tottenham, at that time Hansi Flick had been in charge for just about a month. They'd just lost 2 matches in a row in the Bundesliga against Bayer Leverkusen and Borussia Mönchengladbach, and they were 7th, Bayern Munich, in the Bundesliga in December. Here's a long throw in towards the near post, but it's over the top and bounces through for a goal kick over the top of Marcelo, the central defender, who is at the near post. But then this run that they've been on, Dion, they've won 27 of their last 28 matches in all competitions. The other was a 0-0 draw against RB Leipzig. Won 19 matches in a row, and they've won all 13 they've played since the restart.
Yeah, I think that's got to be down to the manager and the way that he makes sure that his players are on it all the time. Concentration, which I think is going to be a big word tonight. His first 3 or 4 minutes is very important to Lyon. Chris has said it already. Stay in the game, feel your way in. Don't allow Bayern to run away with the way they want to play.
So Dion Dublin and Chris Sutton with us. It is Lyon 0, Bayern Munich 0, and we have already played 3.5 minutes. And the ball is at the back with David Alaba, who just has a little look to his right and then turns to his left and rolls the ball here to Alphonso Davies, the 19-year-old. This amazing story that he has, his backstory behind him. But immediately the ball's played through for Depay through the middle. Memphis Depay to the edge of the area, goes round Neuer and shoots wide. Neuer did force him a little wide. He was slightly off balance. There was an angle there. He tried to bend it in, and he bent it into the outside of the side netting.
Got to take those chances, Lyon, and it was perfect from Lyon's setup. They were sat in, and there's a sloppy ball in the middle of the park from, I think it was Thiago. Kakare cut it out. One ball in behind the Bayern Munich back line, one-on-one, went round the goalkeeper and just missed the target. Golden opportunity. Lyon didn't take it. Will they rue that?
I actually think that he should have scored, Chris. I think it was a very good chance. One more touch, I think.
At the other end, Davis with the cross in towards the near post, pulled it back from the byline, half cleared away, comes out for Goretzka with the shot. That's blocked by Denayer on the edge of the penalty area. And actually this is a little bit of a chase for Alaba, but he's able to get there with Toko Ekambi really putting pressure on him, but he managed to see the ball back to Neuer.
I mean, just one pass between Boateng and Alaba, and he's in. Depay takes 3 or 4 touches. He should have just, one more touch would have opened up the goal, would have left the keeper stranded, and I think the chance would have been easier.
Kimmich down the right, the ball into the centre, but then that's overhit out of play for a throw-in to Lyon in their own right back area. Just showing us a replay, Chris, here of the chance that Memphis Depay had.
Yeah, I think Dion's absolutely spot on. One more touch. Neuer was on his way down as Depay tried to go round him. He actually did well, Neuer, put him off, but all things being equal, one-on-one, first couple of moments. Lyon, how many more chances like that are they going to get?
It is Lyon 0, Bayern Munich 0. When we just saw a shot of Rudi Garcia, the Lyon coach, in his white shirt, who turned away and put his hands to his face. He'll know exactly what you're saying, Chris. I wouldn't be at all surprised if that had crossed his mind. But Bayern have won themselves the first corner of the match from the left-hand side. A right swinging delivery in towards the near post, which is headed firmly away for Lyon towards the halfway line, and the German champions pick up possession again. Won the Bundesliga again this season for an 8th consecutive year. The ball chested back by Dubois to his goalkeeper Anthony Lopez, and Lopez will clear downfield. He does, out towards the left hand side. Cornet was there to just play it back towards the halfway line, and Lyon go back into their own territory, but then Marcelo's ball forward is charged down but bounces back into the left back area, and Marcelo, the oldest man in the Lyon team, 33 years old, is able to get there first. But Anthony Lopez there looked a little nervous, playing that some distance behind Dubois, and out for a throw-in to Bayern down the left-hand side. Perisic to take the throw, the Croatian international, often scores on the big occasion. Perisic, as Lyon win the ball back on the edge of their own penalty area, and a long one downfield for Toko Ekambi to chase, but he can't keep that in. Dropped over his head and bounced out of play in front of the dugout. Still 0-0.
Yeah, I think in the early stages especially, I don't think we'll see Lyon try and play out from the back, because they know they're going to be really pressurised by this Bayern Munich outfit. As you say, one long ball in behind, that's what they're looking for. That's why Toko Ekambi is in the team alongside Depay. It's a strong argument that Moussa Dembele should have been in the Lyon starting lineup. I think he's the better goal scorer. I think Toko Ekambi, Rudi Garcia feels, is a bit more mobile than Dembele.
Dembele coming on and scoring the 2 goals against Manchester City, while Toko Ekambi has not scored in his last 11 competitive appearances. But as Chris says, it's what he brings to the team that's important for Lyon, hence the fact that Moussa Dembele is on the bench again. Kakare very nearly lost it on the edge of the penalty area, and perhaps was a little fortunate that he was able to get a chance to win it back, but he does. And then he takes it on towards the halfway line, and he gives it to Cornet, and Lyon are off here now. Memphis Depay, who had that big chance with 4 minutes on the clock that he wasn't able to take. Lyon roll it out to Dubois on the right. Dubois' ball across, but Alaba was back in position, jumped, got a left foot to it, and put it out near the corner flag. Not sure whether that went out for a throw-in or a corner. I think it was it a corner? I think it might have been.
It may have gone for a corner. Yeah, I think every opportunity Lyon get to put that ball in the danger area, they have to do it. Ekambi will be there, Depay will be there, Aouar will be there as well. I just feel that don't refuse the chance to score, don't refuse a chance inside Bayern's box as well. Give yourself every opportunity.
It is a corner. Memphis Depay takes it to the edge of the area. It's lifted in by Dubois. Neuer comes and gets a punch to it above the head of Denayer, and it falls to Kimmich on the edge of the Bayern Munich penalty area to take it down and play it forward. And then a long ball forward, way beyond anyone in a red shirt, way beyond Lewandowski, through to Lopez at the other end. So still 0-0, 9 minutes played. And Lyon, their supporters, will, I'm sure, be rueing that early miss from Memphis Depay. Bayern, who've scored just the 155 goals this season in all competitions, in the 50 matches that they've played. Throw-in for Bayern. Kimmich takes it back towards Serge Gnabry, who memorably scored those 4 goals at Tottenham. And back in the group stage, Bayern Munich, who've walloped Tottenham, they beat Chelsea well over the 2 legs, and of course did what they did to Barcelona in the previous round. Now here's Alaba now, left-footed ball out towards the right-hand side that Muller has to twist and turn. He's done very well to keep that in. Muller with a cross to the near post. Marcelo was able to clear. Aouar is caught in possession. Now it's played forward and into the penalty area goes Goretzka with a chance, but he's rather scuffed that across the face of goal. Lopez scrambling to his right, got there and rather fumbled it away beyond the far post for a corner.
Well, that's a huge opportunity. Clever little give and go from Goretzka, who's been outstanding for Bayern Munich this season. He should score. The ball bounces and he just mishits it. Actually, I think it was just creeping just wide as a goalkeeper.
Corner then from the left-hand side for Bayern. Lopez comes and gets a punch in amongst a crowd of heads on the edge of the 6-yard area, but a good punch it was. And Aouar has won a free kick halfway inside his own half. Lyon 0, Bayern Munich 0. And a ball played forward for Memphis Depay down the left-hand side. He sprints away from the Bayern defence. Toko Ekambi is in the middle. Cornet's there as well. Memphis Depay shoots right across the face of goal and just beyond Toko Ekambi, who's in the middle, but beyond the far post for a goal. Kick Dion.
That's what they have to do for the very first 2 attacks that Lyon have had. They've missed the press out. They've gone long, and that's given them just a little bit of breathing space to try and play out. On this occasion, they go quick down the left-hand side. Depay, you know what he wants to do. He wants to come in, hit the corner of the box, come inside, strike with his right. On that occasion, off target, but just nearly found his strike partner.
That's another shot across the Bayern bows, Chris, there.
And you can see Dion said about their game plan, a consequence of the way that Bayern play, and they'll get the full-backs forward, Davies and Kimmich, and there'll be those channels, those spaces in behind, which Lyon forwards will be looking to exploit with their mobility and pace.
Bayern playing from right to left as we look via the pictures. And here is Thiago, much sought after Thiago, with his white number 6 on the back of his red shirt. Ball played forward towards Lewandowski, just rolls it out towards the right-hand side. And ball being moved from right to left. Davis now takes it on into his stride, but rather overruns it into Denayer on the edge of the box, and the former Manchester City and Celtic man can put in the challenge, and it's up towards Toko Ekambi, who has 2-3 Bayern players with him in the central third of the field. Lyon switch it to the left-hand side to Cornet. Cornet rides the challenge and is into the area for Lyon, and Cornet's cross ball is intercepted, cut out by a diving Boateng, but it really opened up for Lyon. Here they come again. Aouar's ball into the penalty area. That's straight at Boateng, and Bayern should get it away this time. Another opening for Lyon, Chris.
Well, can they keep missing these opportunities? It's an unbelievable line from Bayern again, but Cornet should have made that pass to Toko Ekambi, who was free in the middle. He didn't.
Fortunate bounce for Lyon. The ball swung in from the right-hand side, and Kimmich was in there at the back post, and Guimaraes as well, and the ball's bounced behind and so the last touch was off. But we're seeing the chance here where it opened up for Cornet down the left-hand side. He had 2 men in the middle, went for the low cross, but just was foiled by the sliding interception.
Yeah, Jerome Boateng did really well to cut that cross out, because that would have been a certain goal for Lyon. Toko Ekambi, lovely one-touch ball from Aouar out wide to Cornet. Can they keep missing these opportunities, Lyon?
That's where the concentration has to come in. The concentration of that final ball.
All over the top for Bayern, but it will bounce away beyond Perisic and through to goalkeeper Lopez. Lyon 0, Bayern Munich 0. Lopez just bouncing the ball on the ground, spinning it. They've kept the Istanbul 2020 logo on the ball, even though the final will be in Lisbon on Sunday. We'll have commentary on that Sunday evening as well. The winners of this against Paris Saint-Germain. Davis, Bayern's left back, playing the ball back to the man all in grey, Neuer. Denea wins the header on the halfway line, but is adjudged to have been fouled. And Thomas Müller, Radio Müller, as Rafa Honigstein was referring to him before the game, has plenty to say about the fact that that foul was given against him, but it's a free kick to Lyon.
He doesn't mind doing all the ugly stuff. Well, I don't think that was a foul, to be honest with you. It's a good coming together, and he'll do that all day long. If Bayern have to go long and he has to, what we call, work hard with a fight ball to get it down on his chest or get a flick on it, he'll do it all game. So those Lyon defenders are in for a heavy duty ride tonight.
Thomas Müller, who scored a couple of goals in the 8-2, and so now has exactly 199 goals for Bayern Munich. Long ball played down the right-hand side for Bayern, but Gnabry won't reach that, and it bounces out of play for a throw-in to Lyon in their own left-back area. He's got a little way to go to become the record scorer, by the way. Thomas Müller, worried to do that, because Gerd Müller is the club record scorer for Bayern Munich with 564 goals.
And they're not related in any way.
They're not, no, Chris, they're not. Not as far as I'm aware. Maybe somewhere back in medieval times. Here's Cornet taking that long throw towards the halfway line. Cornet puts in the challenge and then it bounces out of play for a throw into Lyon halfway inside their own half.
I think Rudi Garcia will be delighted with the start, because I think they're frustrated by Munich. They've set the stall out. They've been difficult to break through. There was that one opportunity for Goretzka, which was missed, but Lyon have countered well, had opportunities.
Ball taken on by Perisic, who shoots from distance, but it was blocked and bounced back into his arm, and it's a free kick for Lyon. He's the odd one out among the four coaches, Chris, in the semi-finals. Ball played forward. Now for Toko Ekambi to chase. They've done it again, Lyon, and Toko Ekambi has beaten the challenge of Davis. Back onto his left foot, shoots against the post, gets another chance and shoots wide, and it's blocked by Kimmich and cleared away, and now they've hit the post.
How has he not scored? How has he not scored? He's actually, it's an amazing run. The ball's played in behind the left back of Bayern. He's in, Akembi's in, he's bearing down on goal. The defender does get back on his left shoulder, but he gets a bit of luck with the ricochet. He cuts inside on his left foot. He must be 4 yards out on the angle. How he doesn't score, he's only got the keeper in front of him, and he's what we call, Chris, he shanks it into the near post.
It was a horrible miss. And I suppose that's the argument. If Moussa Dembele, more of a natural finisher, was in that position, would he have netted there? I'm sure he would have done. But having said that, what a run from Toko Ekambi to get him behind. They are a danger.
They are. It's still 0-0 though. But it is Bayern coming forward with a chance for Gnabry, who shoots in from inside the D on the edge of the box. Lyon have had their chances, they've not taken them, and Bayern through Serge Gnabry. What a shot that was, what a finish. Rifled it into the top corner, and it's Lyon 0, Bayern Munich 1.
That's what happens if you don't make use of all the hard work, those good half chances, that unbelievable opening there for Ekambi, and then Bayern hit you on the break with a sucker punch. The ball goes to Gnabry on the right hand side, right on the corner, down the right hand side for Bayern, the left hand side for Lyon. He controls it perfectly, and Chris, he just comes across the 18-yard box unopposed and smashes it in the top corner.
Yep, no Gamiresh vacated his position. What a finish. G-force from Gnabry, hammers it into the top corner. But Lyon have had their opportunities. We were wondering, would they rue missing them? Big opportunities, but that was a stunning finish from Gnabry.
That was some goal. Bayern Munich leading by 1-0. And Serge Gnabry, as I said, remember how he scored those 4 goals in the second half against Tottenham when Spurs were absolutely dismantled in the group stage. Well, that's now 22 for the season and 8 in the Champions League, incidentally. A couple of goals against Chelsea as well in the last 16. But he had an awful lot to do there on the right-hand side when he received it from Kimmich's ball over the top. But he cut in, defenders trailing in his wake, and the shot in the D, the power of that into the top corner.
Just think he couldn't get a game for West Brom.
Couldn't get much of a game for Arsenal.
With that quality, that was an incredible goal. He went by 4 Lyon players from the right-hand side and just set fire to the ball, left foot, top corner.
And here they come again with Lewandowski on the edge of the penalty area. It bounces from Marçal. Denaire was there though just to get a deflection on it. And Lopez came out to pick up. How deflating that must be for Lyon, for Rudy Garcia, for all of their supporters, wherever they're watching. I mean, you said it, both of you, the chances that they had. And really, it was only a matter of seconds after Toko Ekambi had hit the post down at one end that Gnabry set off and Bayern lead.
Yeah, it's hard to stress, John, how big those opportunities were. They weren't half chances, clear-cut chances. Champions League semi-final, got to gobble them up.
Bayern come again, cross from the right here, bounces to the goal scorer, but he miscontrols it, but then battles to win it back, and actually is given a shove over by Aouar, and it's a free kick to Bayern, middle of the half, slightly right of centre. So Bayern Munich, the big favourites, given a couple of scares by Lyon, but now well placed in the semi-final with their noses in front. A long way to go though, we're not halfway through the first half yet. And remember, by the way, if you've just switched on, you're not familiar, in these mini tournaments, both in the Champions League in Portugal and as has been the case in the Europa League as well, one-off matches in the quarterfinals and the semi-finals. So this must be finished tonight, whether it's in the 90 minutes, extra time, or on penalties. But Bayern in front, and they've got this free kick out towards the right-hand side. Thomas Muller clapping his hands. Lyon have held their line just outside the area, although Lewandowski is just lurking beyond that line at the moment.
32 metres, John, I think.
32 metres. It's chipped in by Thiago, and Muller on the twist, trying to almost a David Platt style position, if you can remember his goal from all of those years ago, just a little bit lower in the trajectory, but trying to hit it on the twist and fluffed it.
David Platt didn't fall over. Thomas Muller did.
Yeah, I think he kicked the ball as well.
He actually tried to finish that in the hardest possible way. He was coming over his right shoulder. He tried to half volley on the angle about 12 yards out. A very, very difficult skill, which he should be able to execute.
Yeah. Lovely run though, Dion, wasn't it? Clever innovation from the free kick.
I think Lyon have done well though. I've got to say, they won down, but they've done well, Lyon. They've stood toe-to-toe at the moment. They've chose the right way to play, the right times to squeeze, and they know now that one ball can surprise his Bayern back four.
Kimmich sending the ball forward, but it comes back to him, and Bayern have got it on the edge of their own penalty area. And the other thing as well, that we probably should mention, the thing that they've got to deal with, Bayern, that was such a seismic night the other evening. And sometimes in football it is quite difficult to follow up on a performance like that in a strange sort of way. But the fact that Lyon haven't taken those chances means that the grey cells aren't working against them just yet, Bayern, because they lead by 1-0. Bayern Munich.
If you're a Bayern Munich player though, if ultimately they...
Here's one over the top for Gnabry, but Lopez is out to beyond the penalty spot to jump and catch the ball.
Yeah, if they don't go on and win it, there's an argument to say that win against Barcelona 8-2, whatever it was all in vain, really. They've got to win the competition. That will be on their minds.
1-0, Serge Gnabry's goal in the 18th minute. BBC Radio 5 Live, and here is Thiago in the centre circle, claims there was a handball. Lewandowski gets the ball down and gets it back, plays it up towards Muller. Bayern Munich's number 25, who knocks it back into his own half, and the central defenders have it. Boateng looks to Alaba, but instead Thiago drops deep. Bayern have it on the right-hand side, back into the possession of Thiago again. Bayern knocking it around. Just taking a little bit of the sting out of it now that they've got the lead. And Lyon have shown how they can threaten with their pace on the break. So they're just going to slow things down. Bayern with it on the right-hand side. Left-footed ball over the top towards the corner of the penalty area, which is headed down by Marcelo. And then up towards Memphis Depay, who's slightly off balance. And the ball played forward by Kakare, but the referees brought it back. Just as he was off balance, he was caught, Memphis Depay, by Boateng, and it's a free kick to Lyon on the halfway line.
You know, I'm watching these two centre-halves for Bayern, and they're not organising as I would expect. Depay might be up there on his own, and you'd expect, you know, Boateng or Alaba, one of them to be on his toes, one to be behind. It's what you do as centre-halves, but on two occasions they've been side by side, therefore gaps either side of the defences, plenty of space for a ball to be played in. They have to liven up there, Bayern.
Oh, that's a poor header away for Lyon. The shot low is saved by Lopez, who went down to his right. Gnabry hit it left-footed from the angle, but Lopez was able to go down and parry it away. Don't need moments like that, Lyon. 1-0 down. Certainly couldn't afford to allow Bayern to get into a 2-goal lead here. Aouar is then crowded out in central midfield. There were Bayern players all around him, and the Germans have got the ball back inside their own penalty area.
It was a smart piece of goalkeeping from Anthony Lopez. The goal got it getting down well to his right-hand side. The shot from Gnabry scored one with his left foot and hammered that shot from 16 yards on the angle. Important that Lopez kept that out.
You do get a taste, sorry John, you do get a taste. When you've hit one that sweet, he will want the ball every opportunity. Down that right-hand side now, Gnabry, because then they'll start to double up. That will leave one of the Bayern players free in and around that final third.
Bayern in possession, 5 times European champions as they are. Bayern playing it forward, Kimmich up towards Muller, who was robustly challenged by Marcelo near the halfway line. Got up, no free kick though. Thiago, Kimmich, then he was caught by Kakare after he'd played the ball back, and he doesn't look best pleased, Kimmich. A furrowed brow as Kakare, the 20-year-old, arrived on the scene and caught him around the thigh. And we're just seeing again the last effort that Serge Gnabry had, which was saved by Lopez. Impressive moustache from young Gnabry. Like something out of 1978.
Moustache.
Don't you think? Long ball forward down the left. Here's Davis. Davis is into the penalty area. Back onto his right foot. Still going. Shoots. Blocked on the edge of the 6-yard box by Dubois. And the offside flag is up. And it's a free kick to Lyon inside their own box.
Davis actually was looking to try and pick out. It's a great ball. He may have... is he offside? It's a close call. Anyway, he receives it a good 10-15 yards behind the right back. And he tries to find one of his teammates, but there's nobody there, so he has to chop inside on his right and have a go himself. We're just seeing the replay here of the Gnabry goal. Wow, what a strike that is on his left foot. Yeah, excellent strike.
That moustache was bristling after that.
Yeah, very good, John. Nothing wrong with a moustache.
No.
I tried to grow one in 1992. It was embarrassing.
Good knowledge of the date, though.
You know, the reason I remember it was on one of those little cards that you used to get, that kids used to collect, all the sticky books and sticker books, and I used to think,
Football 92.
what was I doing?
Football 92 with the orange moustache. 1-0, Bayern Munich lead, and Lyon with the ball inside their own half. The left-sided central defender Marçal sends that forward, but Bayern, after the goal, since the goal, have really taken charge of the situation here. And the wonderful start that Lyon had over the course of the first quarter of an hour or so, they've received a serious blow with the fact that they weren't able to take the chances, and the fact that Bayern Munich took the lead in such thrilling style. And here's another ball over the top for Gnabry on the stretch. He's actually at full stretch, got his foot to it and hooked it back over his own head. Muller challenging for it, and then the ball is allowed to bounce out of play for a throw into Bayern by Thiago. Incidentally, Chris, on the Celtic front, I can tell you that Celtic's opponent in the next round of the qualifying competition will be the Hungarian side Ferencváros.
Djurgårdens then, did they?
Yeah, who've beaten Djurgårdens by 2-0. So Celtic will play Ferencváros in the next round. That's also a one-off round, incidentally. And also in the first qualifying round, Connah's Quay 0, Sarajevo 2 is the latest score.
I fancied Sarajevo in Wales.
Did you?
Yeah. Andy Morrison, manager of Connah's Quay.
As in...
Remember him?
Former
Blackburn Rovers, Manchester City.
Oh, yes, Blackburn Rovers.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to get in an altercation with him,
no,
I can tell you.
Yeah, he was. He had a little bit of a reputation, didn't he? I remember.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Bayern Munich
He's
leading.
mellowed though.
Good, I'm pleased to hear that. Most people do with age. 1-0 Bayern Munich lead, and the ball at the back with Alaba, who plays it across to Boateng. Boateng has a look up, another former Manchester City man, just like Andy Morrison. Now Kimmich with the ball at his feet. Joshua Kimmich. It's a high one over the top down the right hand side. This is for Gnabry to chase. Gets there, volleys it first time infield. Lewandowski's liking the look of this. The ball played over the top into the penalty area. Back to Lewandowski. Lopez comes, leaps at the ball and manages to get some sort of contact on it to deflect it away from Lewandowski and behind for a corner.
Did really well, the goalkeeper Lopez again. Little give and go.
Here's the corner into Lewandowski, who under pressure, players either side could only head it up and over the top of the bar from 6 yards.
The ball wouldn't just sit for Lewandowski. Lopez came out and made the block, but that move all started from Kimmich, the right back for Bayern Munich. Such a versatile player. The great Horst Rubesch called him a Swiss Army knife of a player. John, thought you might quite like that.
I do, yeah, because he has a lot of different attributes, I presume. Yes, he's played in
And he's sharp as well, isn't he?
Sharp also, yeah. Kimmich this season, just to back up the Swiss Army knife, this is his 50th appearance. He's played 34 times in midfield. This is the 14th time he's played at right back, and he's played twice in central defence.
Sounds like Chris Sutton, plays everywhere.
Yeah.
Well,
And he's opened
plays it well.
He's opened 7 different wine bottles with the corkscrew. Here's Boateng to Kimmich, who opens up the army knife and he slips it over the halfway line to Goretzka, with the ball at his feet, just takes it out to the right and then turns. And actually there's someone down. It must be Kimmich, actually. Yes, it is. So he gets a shout and he pops it out of play so Kimmich can receive some treatment. So half an hour played. Chris Sutton, Dion Dublin, and the story of the match so far is quite simple.
Yeah, it is, and it was an amazing goal by Gnabry, but the way that Bayern mix things up, Thiago in there, Goretzka in there, Perisic in there, they go short, then they go long. So Lyon aren't sure, do we squeeze, do we not squeeze in that middle of the park? They change the play so quickly, Bayern, that if you don't shift around as a team, which Lyon have been caught a couple of times, there will be spaces. Bayern have found those spaces.
From Lyon's point of view, though, just hang on in there. They've proved that they can create the odd opportunity. I think that the fact that Bayern Munich, we know that they won't change the way they play. They'll play with that arrogance that they can dictate their style and force their style onto Lyon. That will leave opportunities. But just back to, can Lyon, if they get another opportunity, be clinical?
Kimmich back on his feet, he's okay. Gnabry's cutting in again from the right hand side, almost exactly the same, but this time he gives it to Perisic, who plays it across. Lewandowski's there, couldn't score, but Gnabry does, and it's 2-0 to Bayern Munich. I'm not quite sure how Lewandowski didn't force it over the line, but Gnabry was there behind him. He scores his second, Bayern's second. The German champions are in complete control now of the semi-final. They lead Lyon by 2-0.
They just couldn't concede another one, Lyon, and they did do. Really well worked. Brilliant ball in from Perisic, out on the left-hand side across the 6-yard line. How Lewandowski misses it, although it's a brilliant save from Lopez. Lewandowski 2 yards out. Lopez somehow keeps the ball out, and then Gnabry with the easiest of tasks, left-footed. This one, a simple tap-in. Bayern Munich 2-0 up, and a long way back for Lyon at this stage.
Yeah, Lewandowski there thinking to himself, thank goodness that my teammate was behind me just to tap that in, because I've made a hash of that from 3 or 4 yards out. I'm thinking, here we go, potent Lewandowski's going to tap it in. He gets it all wrong and his mate's there for him. 2 yards out, can't miss, and Bayern right now are in the driving seat and could get 3 or 4 if this continues going the same way.
Any way back for Lyon?
Yeah, there is. I think there is a way back for Lyon. If they at the moment, there's too many gaps within their back four. There's lots of space for Bayern to attack. The two centre forwards, Lewandowski and Muller, playing well together. Lots of 1-2s.
Here's Dubois for Lyon. They could do with an instant reply. Little flick from Toko Ekambi to Dubois, but excellent challenge comes in on him from Alaba to dispossess him. And the referee's brought play back, and he's showing a yellow card for a challenge near the halfway line. That, unless one of you two saw it, I think it might have happened off camera. It's Lewandowski who's sitting on the ground, rubbing his face. So whether there was a flailing arm on him or whether he was caught by an elbow, certainly
he's suggesting
there is.
Lewandowski from Marcelo, the Brazilian, who's trying to help him up now. But if you throw an arm like that off the ball, you're lucky. See, just a yellow. Just watching it again here. No, it's a Lewandowski has tried to take him into the ball to run in behind, and Marcelo has just blocked him and caught him in the eye.
Yeah, he sort of stuck out a hand to just sort of stop his or check his progress.
Yeah, exactly, to stop himself going forward, because Lewandowski's just nice little spin. He's going in behind and he's basically done the defender. The defender's got to do anything he possibly can to stop that player getting behind him. And he's put a flat hand right in his face.
Yeah, but it certainly wasn't an elbow.
No,
not
I think
like
it's still
Lewandowski was suggesting.
No. Lyon 0, Bayern Munich 1, BBC Radio 5 Live. 10 minutes to go to half-time, and at half-time, by the way, we'll have more on the news today that Chris Froome and Geraint Thomas were left out by Team Ineos for the Tour de France. So more on that at half-time. And then later on in the week, the third test match starts on Friday, so test match special for the ball-by-ball commentary on Friday morning. The Women's Open begins tomorrow, the golf at Troon, and Ian Carter will be on the airwaves tomorrow from Troon. He's there, he'll be reporting all day and over the course of the 4 days. And by the way, the BBC TV highlights of the Women's Open will be on the iPlayer and the website from 8:30 every night. So on the iPlayer and the website to watch the highlights from Troon over the next 4 days. But here it is 1-0 to Bayern Munich, 2-0 to Bayern Munich. 2 goals from Serge Gnabry, and the ball with Neuer at the back. The second goal scored in the 33rd minute by Gnabry, and it was just actually after the interruption as well, when Kimmich had gone down injured, so they were rather caught cold, Lyon. Bayern were quickly back into the action. Lyon 0, Bayern Munich 2. Here is Bruno Guimaraes, who is challenged firmly. Bayern clearly very aware of the threat of this young Lyon midfield. They've been all over them. And now Lewandowski through to Davis, left side of the area. Davis's cross. The recovering Benair was able to get back into position and block the cross. Then Davis rides a challenge from Benair, running it away from the penalty area. Now back to the left-hand side. It comes centrally. Goretzka switches it to the right. Kimmich has joined the attack. Now the ball on the right with Gnabry, who's on a hat-trick. Left-footed ball curled in, just beyond the far post and just also beyond the outstretched foot of Lewandowski.
Yeah, it's nearly 3G for Gnabry there. Feeds the ball in, goes just past the far post, but Lewandowski will be feeling he should have scored that. Sees it all the way. It's a poor miss from the striker.
Didn't really commit, Chris, did he? Didn't really commit to that. I think Lopez, the keeper, did enough with the dive, but if you commit as a centre forward, just make sure the ball goes over the line.
Here's Aouar for Lyon, sprinting down into the right back position, but he's watched by Thiago, put in the challenge, and it bounces out of play for a throw-in to Lyon down the left. 2-0 to Bayern Munich. That means they've now scored 41 goals in the Champions League this season. The record in a Champions League season is 45. And remember, Bayern will be playing a couple of games less than Barcelona did in 99-2000 when they scored those goals. So another possible record lurking round the corner for Hansi Flick's team. But Lyon trying to get a goal before half-time. Cornet with a long throw, flicked on by Marcelo at the near post. He's claiming that it came off a Bayern head, not off him. He hops up and down, puts his hands in the air, goes to the Spanish referee, Antonio Mateo Lajos, who says, nope, it's a goal kick. And the replay shows that it did glance off his back.
Yeah, it was a close one out, couldn't quite see who that did come off.
You got problems with your television over there, do you?
You know what, I had a bit of a panic up for about 3 or 4 seconds. My TV started to say, your TV will shut down in 5 minutes. Where's the remote control? Where's the remote control? Quick.
Well done, good work.
It's amazing though, too. I've got to say, Chris Sutton's about 3 metres away from me, and we did it exactly at the same time.
Stuff like that I normally have to ask my kids to come and sort out.
Yeah, no sign of panic from you, Chris. Just calmly reached across. De Gea gives the ball back to Lopez. So 2-0 to Bayern Munich as we approach half-time in the José Alvalade, the home of sporting, with all its green livery where you can see it, all of the multicoloured seats, but the lower tier are covered over by the mainly blue, the dark blue canvases of the Champions League livery. But behind closed doors, as will the final be against Paris Saint-Germain. At the moment, it looks like Bayern Munich against Paris Saint-Germain. The German-French final. Ball deflected over the halfway line. Here's Aouar again. Bayern have 2 men on him. Aouar does well, falls off the pitch, but is able to give the ball back to Cornet. And then ball from the back by Marçal. Oh, Neuer's coming awfully long way out of his penalty area. Toko Ekambi then lost the ball to Boateng, who came in with the challenge and knocked it behind for a corner.
Got lucky there, Neuer. Sweeper, keeper. He likes to be known. I don't know whether Toko Ekambi would have been pulled back for being offside. Neuer came and there's an opportunity for Ekambi to take an early shot. Take it, and Neuer scrambled back.
Corner for Lyon, in towards the back post where it's headed up and away by Alaba, and it bounces out for a throw into Lyon down the right. They're leading by 2-0, but they're under a little bit of pressure here from Lyon, the team that finished 7th in the French league this season, but who are playing in only their second semi-final in this competition, either European Cup or Champions League, and their first for 10 years when they lost to Bayern Munich. Here's Lewandowski, who turns inside his own half, and he's over the halfway line quickly, and he tries to find the pass to Perisic on the left-hand side. Perisic just allows it to roll, but the whistle's gone. Now, was Lewandowski caught late? I presume he was.
Yep,
it's a free kick.
Popped the ball out wide. Then Marçal then, he pops the ball out, and Marçal clatters into the big pole, who's poleaxed.
And you could perhaps argue that was as much of a yellow card challenge as Marcelo's was earlier.
Yeah, it was a cynical one. He made sure that
he did get the yellow card out.
Lewandowski didn't go any further. There's Fernando there.
Yeah, Marçal booked. So 2 of the 3 central defenders for Lyon have now been yellow carded as well. So that's another worry for Rudy Garcia, with just over 2.5 minutes of the first 45 to play, plus added time. As I say, Chris, he's the odd one out of the 4 coaches in these Champions League semi-finals, Rudy Garcia, because he is not German. The other 3 coaches were Germans.
Very obvious that, John,
wasn't it? Goretzka is going to have a go from 25 yards. It hits the back of Lewandowski. Gnabry is there, turns it back across looking for Muller, but the number 20, Marçal, was in the middle to clear it away. Had a goal, but he actually hit his own man.
Doing anything to get on the score sheet, Lewandowski, isn't he? He's getting in the way of shots, he's trying to get deflections and everything.
Corner, however, corner for Bayern. Lewandowski had a chance from the last one. Here's the delivery to the near post. That's headed down and away by Cornet. Comes out to Davis. Alphonso Davis, the young Canadian international, who plays the ball out towards the left-hand side, but it's cleared away into the centre circle, and that should be dealt with by Boateng. Yes, I think one of the great shames of the fact that RB Leipzig were knocked out last night is that we won't get to see what Julian Nagelsmann would wear for a Champions League final. I think that would have been absolutely fascinating. There's Thiago carrying the ball towards the halfway line, has a little look up and lifts a high pass out towards Davis, who has got a Lyon player within 15 yards, so he's able to take the ball down on his left thigh, and then Goretzka rather overhits the ball through.
But that's the problem, John, with Lyon's formation, if you like. They play the narrow three in midfield. And earlier on in the game, Toko Akambi was working really hard down the right-hand side and tracking the full-back back, but one of the midfielders has to get out on the side of the ball. I think the longer this game goes, Bayern Munich will really utilise those wide areas.
They've taken a grip on this in terms of the scoreline, but also the way that the match has gone as well. Here's Kakare now, down the right-hand side, but Alaba was there, shoulder to shoulder. Alaba stood up strong, and Kakare bounced off him, and Bayern have got the ball back, and Alaba clearing it away, but it took a deflection. Bruno Guimaraes will play it square towards Memphis Depay, who goes around Thiago, but then Kimmich is there, they're shoulder to shoulder as well, and bounce off one another. The ball rolls out of play. It's given as a throw-in to Lyon. Kimmich backs away, shakes his head, wags his finger. Throw into Lyon, which they take to Memphis Depay. Muller's back in there with a little touch on it. Ball still inside the Bayern penalty area, and then Boateng is able to clear it away right-footed. We are into added time at the end of the first half, and in fact there is no added time, even though there have been a couple of injuries. Kimmich was down, and I think there was another one as well, but no added time. The half-time whistle goes, and after the early chances for Lyon, both Dion Dublin and Chris Sutton said it, that they would rue those chances when Memphis Depay was sent through one-on-one, took it around Neuer but shot into the side netting, and Toko Akambi, who did so well but in the end shot against a post when he could easily have given Lyon the lead. Well, they were punished for it because Serge Gnabry scored twice, and at half-time it's Lyon 0, Bayern Munich 2. Dion, Chris.
Yeah, I just feel that Lyon have they've done okay. It's the final third that's let them down. You know, those early chances where they should have really gone ahead before Gnabry's lightning left foot strike in the top corner. He had a great chance. They've created some really good opportunities for their front two, front three, and they just haven't taken them. Now they find themselves in an uphill battle to get anything at all from this.
Yep, simply didn't take the chances. Bayern Munich did, and now it's a long way back for Lyon. Wonder whether we'll see Moussa Dembele early in the second half. There's no point keeping him on the bench until they go 3 down. Get him on.
Yeah, as most will have anticipated. Half-time, it looks like it's going to be a Bayern Munich-Paris Saint-Germain Champions League final behind closed doors, because at half-time in the semi, it's Lyon 0, Bayern 2. Yes, they are. The players are out on the field, and Lyon have made a change, and actually they've both made a change. Niklas Zula has come on for Boateng, so that's a straight swap. Niklas Zula, the German international central defender, and Lyon have made their change in central midfield. They also made this substitution in the quarter-final against Manchester City, and it is Bruno Guimaraes has been replaced by Thiago Mendes. So both coaches making a change at the start of the second half. Lyon 0, Bayern Munich 2 in this second Champions League semi-final down in Lisbon behind closed doors. Bayern in charge with those 2 first half goals from Serge Gnabry, and it is Lyon in the almost all black kit with the white trim, who are playing from right to left as we look at the pictures, against Bayern Munich in their red kit with the white trim, and Lyon going all the way back to their goalkeeper, who is Anthony Lopez. The rest of the lineup, same team as played against Manchester City from the start of the match. Denayer, Marcelo and Marçal, the 3 central defenders, Dubois and Cornet, the wing backs, Kakare and Aouar, and now Thiago Mendes in midfield with Toko Akambi and Memphis Depay. 2 big chances for those front 2 when it was 0-0 early in the game, neither of them taken. Toko Akambi hit the post, Memphis Depay shot into the side netting after going round Manuel Neuer. But Bayern Munich also unchanged from their quarter-final. A great game against Barcelona. Neuer in goal. Now the back 4 is Kimmich, Zula, Alaba and Davis. Thiago and Goretzka, Gnabry, Muller, Perisic and Lewandowski. So 2-0, Bayern Munich lead, and it is Bayern with the ball with Perisic, who swings a left-footed ball across, but Dineo is there on the far side of the penalty area, closest to where the cross came, to head it down and away. Bayern have the ball again. Thiago plays it to the right-hand side, and Kimmich and Muller, and then Muller going all the way back into his own territory. Dion Dublin and Chris Sutton watching with me, and as Mark Chapman said there, Chris, absolutely, in terms of the game, in terms of a contest, it's got to be Lyon who score next. Memphis Depay playing it forward towards Toko Ekambi, who I think possibly stood on the ball as he was trying to take it on. There were red shirts all around him, and it's actually Bayern who run it away. Alaba has taken it deep into Lyon territory. He uses the Goretzka, then the ball played in from deep, but it's beyond the run of Muller and through to goalkeeper Lopez.
Yeah, Toko Ekambi just lacked the confidence to take that ball on. I wonder whether he's feeling it after that big missed opportunity in the first half, but half a chance there for Lyon to make the most of their opportunities, because I think Bayern Munich in this second half will create chances.
I feel they might have brought Dembele on at half-time, the two of you?
Yeah, I don't see why not, to be honest with you. He's something different. He will always be a threat in and around the box, and Lyon need that.
Here's Memphis Depay away down the left-hand side, but Niklas Zula was there first and is able to roll the ball across. Manuel Neuer, who's able to take the ball out towards the left side of the penalty area, away from Memphis Depay, and then with his royal blue boots on, Neuer, the Bayern captain, clears it deep into Lyon territory. Full-time score in the Champions League qualifier. This is next season we're talking about here. Konoski 0, Sarajevo 2 is the final score. And if you didn't hear it earlier, Ferencvaros won in their match in the first qualifying round to set up a tie with Celtic in the second qualifying round, which is also a one-off game. But here in this season's semi-final, Bayern Munich leading by 2-0, and are at the moment setting up a French-German Champions League final. There's not been one of those in this competition, be it Champions League or European Cup, since 1976. Pat Nevin was talking about this game last night, Chris, and it was at Hampden, and young Pat was there in the crowd watching Bayern Munich win 1-0 against Saint-Étienne. And he was recalling how most of the crowd who were there, the Glasgow-based crowd, were wearing green to support Saint-Étienne, who earlier on in the competition that season had knocked out Rangers. But Bayern Munich came out on top in the final. Here, the ball at the back with Kimmich, who plays the ball back into his own penalty area to Neuer. And Neuer just with a little touch. And Kimmich will come across and run the ball away from the edge of his own penalty area. There's a big shout for it, and Goretzka knocks it back to Thiago, who goes for a high ball over the top down the right-hand side. This for a run for Gnabry, who of course is on a hat-trick in this game. Marçal was able to come across though and time it well and put it out for a throw down the right. Yeah, good defending. Seen Gnabry there on his way, and he's seen the danger there, Marçal making sure that was quashed. And Gnabry didn't get his hat-trick. Throw in, Kimmich just picks up the ball 10 yards away from the corner flag, takes the throw down towards the dead ball line. It's hooked away, then cleared away by Aouar, and the ball bouncing for Memphis Depay, who's able to take it down and then send it forward. This for the run of Toko Ekambi. He's up against Alphonso Davies, but we know that Toko Ekambi has got pace, but Davies has got pace as well and beat him to it. Yeah, that was the wrong race for Toko Ekambi. He's got the legs on the other Bayern Munich defenders, but Davies is super quick. Yeah, he is. And Davies now plays the ball away through, and now a clear chance which Perisic cannot take. One-on-one, he went for the early shot but hit it rather weakly and low, and Lopez was able to go down to his right and make a routine save, really. Yeah, a chance where I think he should have done better there. The player that he is, Perisic, he's coming in on the angle. The keeper gets his angles absolutely spot on, but the finish itself, left-footed, tried to go near post, got it all wrong, without pace, without direction. Next season, Bayern will have Leroy Sané there, cross in from the left-hand side from Perisic, but Lopez is able to take that, even though he clattered himself into the near post as he did so. He's okay, he's got the ball securely. Yes, next season Leroy Sané on that side of the pitch, you would have thought, for the most part, for Bayern Munich. Ivan Perisic going back to Inter at the end of this month. He's been on loan this season at Bayern Munich, and of course he's now 31 years old. Ball out of play for a throw into Lyon deep inside their own territory. 2-0 to Bayern Munich.
And of course, you've got Kingsley Coman. We just see the opportunity from Perisic again. Really lacked conviction and finished it. Telegraphed the ball to the right-hand side of Anthony Lopez, who got down comfortably, but a big opportunity for Bayern Munich to be really out of sight in this game.
Yep, Koeman came on for Perisic in the quarter-final against Barcelona.
Will Lyon need to stay in this game? If they can show a little bit of confidence, Lyon, get on the ball, pass the ball to each other, pick up the pace slightly when you need to, slow it down when you need to, stay in the game. You've got every opportunity if you can get that ball in the final third and find the right finish. They can't afford to concede another one.
Bayern again coming through the middle, but the ball bounces away and Marcelo is able to play it forward for the run of Cornet. Cornet just touches it away from Kimmich. The final touch was off the Germans, a throw-in for Lyon. Cornet takes it down the line. Memphis Depay has two Bayern players with him. Sula comes out with the ball. Cornet puts in the challenge, and then Thiago Mendes. I'm aware of the fact that Bayern have got a Thiago on the field, and so have Lyon. Thiago Mendes of Lyon was fouled by Muller, and it's a free kick to Lyon.
And work off the ball, Bayern Munich. They hunt the ball back as soon as they lose it with such great intensity.
Free kick going to be swung in from the left-hand side by Cornet, but easily headed away under no pressure on the edge of the penalty area. And Lyon take up possession again on the right-hand side, but as it's played forward, there's no one making the run. In fact, Denayer was there, but he knew he was in an offside position, and he was running back to the halfway line.
He was on his way out. Denayer was on his way out. The ball went in, and it was just a complete lack of communication there. It was the wrong ball. It wasn't even a run towards the ball. They've just got to find their feet here, Lyon. Make sure that they limit the chances that Bayern are getting as well. And I still believe there's a good opportunity for Lyon to get on the score sheet.
Just
moments like that, you can almost see the belief fizzling away.
Just seeping out of them. I wonder, the midfield who performed so admirably against Manchester City and Juventus, that young midfield, plenty of energy. They've been bullied by the Bayern Munich midfield this evening, out-muscled and out-fought.
Yeah, Bayern have spotted the danger. Hansi Flick and his staff. Miroslav Klose, incidentally, is one of his assistants. Lyon coming again, ball in to Memphis Depay at the near post. Zula put in the challenge, and Lyon are saying that Zula has blocked that behind with his arm. Well,
he looks a little bit he looked a little bit sheepish there. Zula on the replay.
Well, he may just look that way, I thought.
Well, he's got his arm tucked into his body.
Yeah, you're never going to get that. Never going to get
that. Corner only from the right. He shook his head. Here it is, Memphis Depay with the corner, and it's headed by Marcelo, I think, but Neuer was able to dive to his left and catch it. It was just about a yard to his right. Marcelo got his head to it, and Neuer just dropped to his left.
I think he's got to score that, Marcelo. It's a good leap, but there's nobody on the post for Bayern Munich. And he just has to direct that back across the goalkeeper into the far corner, too close to Neuer, who gets down comfortably to the left-hand side. A chance for Lyon, not taken again.
And it remains Lyon 0, Bayern Munich 2. So we'll have Paris Saint-Germain against Bayern Munich on Sunday night, and that will be played at the Benfica Stadium, just a little bit to the south of where this match is being played, the Estadio de Luz. One of the finest stadiums in Europe. It's a fitting venue for a Champions League final, and indeed has hosted them before. Throw-in for Bayern on the halfway line in this match, being played at the home of Sporting. And here is Zula at the back. Zula turns, red shirt outside his shorts. And Kimmich receives the ball back from 2-goal Gnabry, and Kimmich is going to give it all the way back to goalkeeper Manuel Neuer. Manuel Neuer, one of the survivors from the last time that Bayern won the Champions League back in 2013, that memorable all-German final at Wembley against Jurgen Klopp's Borussia Dortmund, as they were at the time. Memphis Depay challenged centre field by Thiago, and the ball out of play for a throw into Lyon, 10 yards inside Bayern territory. And now we're going to see Moussa Dembele introduced with just over half an hour to play.
Surprised, really, he wasn't brought on at half-time. Depay goes off. Be in his mind that opportunity he had early on, but missed that opportunity. Has been really ineffective. They'll get more of a physical presence, someone who can hold the ball better with Dembele, and their best goal scorer, of course.
Yep, top scorer, 26 goals this season, but those were the first 2 that he scored in the Champions League during this campaign. Indeed, they were his first goals in this competition in 14 appearances. But my goodness, they certainly made a difference against Manchester City. And now Dembele straight into the action. Aouar plays it across. Toko Ekambi with a chance, but it's blocked by Neuer. Ball still bouncing in the penalty area, but the Bayern goalkeeper and captain has it quite comfortably and volleys it away. And another chance has come and gone for Lyon.
How many chances do they want? I mean, it was blocked. It was charged down by Dembele. He puts, is it Aouar? He puts him in there, and I'm thinking, you're 8 yards out. You have to score. To be fair to Neuer, he comes out quick, makes himself big, but I'm expecting Lyon to get on the score sheet, put Bayern under pressure, and again, they have created, apart from the 2 goals, the best chances in this game, Lyon, and they're not on the score sheet.
Absolutely spot on. How many chances do Lyon need? They'll analyse this game afterwards and say, OK, well, Bayern Munich, you've dictated the play, you've had the possession. We have had 3 golden opportunities and not taken any. You can't do that at this level.
And so Bayern still lead by 2-0, and we have just over half an hour to play. So an instant impact from Dembele, though, winning the ball back.
Shut down Zula very well. Zula looking a bit rusty. I think he had his first game back against Chelsea since October. It looks like Boateng has been carrying a knock, hence why he's come on at half-time, Zula.
Yep, had a knee injury, Zula, but fit again now. And here's Toko Ekambi again for Lyon as they come forward once again, but a low ball whipped across the area, beyond Dembele in the middle and away, and beyond the far post for a goal kick.
Yeah, completely the wrong time. Ekambi chose the wrong time to play that ball. He's in. He's just about level with the 18-yard box. He doesn't have to take another touch. He can see Dembele busting a gut to get into the box. He just has to leave it in behind that Bayern defence, and Dembele's got to tap in. Wrong decisions, wrong pass at the wrong time.
Bayern coming forward again. After all that, after those chances, if Bayern were able to score again now, then that would absolutely be game, set and match. Lyon winning a goal kick and taking it quickly. Cornet, though, has been forced back by Kimmich down into his own left-back position, now on the edge of his own box. Marcelo had to be careful there, but he was, and evaded the challenge that came in, and it's played away downfield for Dembele, who can't keep it in on the left-hand side, and it's a throw-in to Bayern Munich. Into the last half hour of the match, Bayern still, as they were at half-time, leading by 2-0.
Two good chances. Sorry, John.
Dion, sorry, go on.
No, just 2 good chances. Dembele's been on a few minutes, and there's 2 good chances. He closes down the defence, and then he gets himself in the box, and it's all about decision making in the final third for me, for Lyon. It's been wrong. They've played some decent football at times, worked really hard to get into good scoring positions, and their finishing has been woeful.
Bayern with it again, deep inside their own territory. Kimmich chipping it into the centre circle. Denayer comes, gets his head to it, bounces back to Thiago Mendes for Lyon, centre field, and then Kakare. Nice change of feet from him, but again 3 Bayern players are around the young midfielder,
too strong in there, John.
Too strong,
aren't they? Bayern Munich, really efficient. You look at Goretzka, look at his physique, 6'2", is like the Incredible Hulk, if you can remember the Incredible Hulk in there. Players just bounce off him, but he can play as well. Real power, he's got a goal in him. Great drive he has in there. Just over €3 million. What a snip he was seasons ago. Developed superbly, bulked up in the lockdown period. Talks about wanting to improve his physicality, did the work in the gym. And he's benefiting, and so are Bayern Munich, from his power.
They are, and we've seen it. The three young midfielders for Lyon, Bruno Guimaraes has gone off now, but all three of them, Aouar's influence has been quite limited, and Bayern have had two men, sometimes three men, as they did just there with Kakare, and not allowing them a moment to dwell on the ball. It's been one of the keys to what looks like it's going to be a Bayern victory, 2-0. A Lyon goal could still change it, and Kenny Tete is going to be the next player to come on, the Dutch international right back. But first of all, actually, it's going to be Kingsley Coman coming on, as happened in the Barcelona match in the quarter-final for Ivan Perisic. So Coman, straight swap for Perisic.
We'll be looking back at this game, Perisic thinking, I should have got on the score sheet. I had a great chance of getting on the score sheet, didn't choose the right finish, didn't strike the ball with any conviction whatsoever, and he'll feel like he let his team down. They could have gone 3 up.
Kingsley Coman onto the field then. He did pick up an injury, you might remember, in the tie against Chelsea, but he returned against Barcelona as a substitute, so he's getting another run out. Coman, the French international, and Bayern with the ball in the central third. Thiago, outside of his boot, finds Kimmich. 3 red shirts ahead of him. Kimmich goes for an angled ball, which is over everyone in the box. Davis is going to get there though, keeps the ball in. Dubois claims it was out. I don't think it was. Davis with a cross onto the head of Denayer, who got up high to head it away at the near post. It bounces back for Kakare, and Kakare very nearly lost it on the edge of the box. Whacked away, right foot by Marcelo. Here come Bayern again, Lewandowski, who's yet to get on the score sheet. Not sure quite how he didn't bundle in the second goal, saved on the line by Lopez. But as I mentioned, he has scored in every Champions League match that he's played in this season, all 8 of them, of the 10 that Bayern have played before this semi-final. 2-0 Bayern lead. Here is Goretzka. Back towards Thiago. Thiago's pass straight into Thiago Mendes. And Bayern actually have to go back into their own half and all the way back to goalkeeper Neuer. He's made a couple of important saves, but it'll be remembered more as the chances that Lyon have missed. And I see that Rudy Garcia is going to make another couple of changes down there on the side of the pitch. Jeff Rain Adelaide is going to be one of them, the former Arsenal youngster. And once the TV picture moves into the right place, I'll tell you who the other one was, unless either of you two spotted it.
It's Kenny Tete.
Oh, Tete, who's still waiting to come
Looks
on.
Looks like that'll be for Dubois.
Ball played forward for Thiago Mendes, centre field. Thiago on the stretch. Now Muller, who's peeled out towards the right-hand side, and then back they go Bayern, halfway inside their own half. I see the fourth official is practicing with his board as Coman takes it on for Bayern Munich to Muller. 25 yards out, Muller turns back to the penalty area, gives it to Thiago closer to the halfway line. Davis is challenged and the ball will break for Lyon, up towards Moussa Dembele for Lyon in the centre circle. Then the ball played forward by Thiago Mendes. Aouar, who's now got the captain's armband on again, forward for Dembele, who makes the run, does well actually to get a touch on it ahead of Alaba, then works it back to Aouar. Aouar beats one challenge, beats a second challenge, he's into the box, he takes on Alaba, who goes to ground and puts it behind for corner.
Terrific work from Moussa Dembele. Come on, he has made a bit of an impact, held the ball in, link-up play was good initially, and Aouar drove into the box. Haven't seen enough of Aouar this evening. Alaba gets back and makes the challenge, and a chance on corner for Lyon, who are going to make a couple of substitutions before the corner kick gets taken.
Actually, Jean Lucas, who is going to come on into the midfield, young Brazilian midfielder. Is that Toko Akambe who's coming off? Jeffrey and Adelaide, as I mentioned, coming on. So, and Kenny Tete is there as well. So it is Jeffrey and Adelaide coming on for Toko Akambe, and Kenny Tete it is who is on for Dubois, as you suggested, Chris. So not Lucas. Corner taken short and then played in by Aouar, headed away by Muller for Bayern, and then nodded further away. And Bayern will look to break, and then there's a little tug on Gnabry as he was carrying it forward. Marcel is pleading the innocent, but the whistle has gone. And Marcel, who is on a yellow card, runs away. He was actually caught though by Coleman, so it's a free kick to Bayern.
Yeah, headed away by Muller. Just everybody pulling their weight. Bayern will make sure that every job is done, and it doesn't matter who does it.
All over the top from Muller to chase, and the other penalty area works it across towards Lewandowski, who slides in between Marcel and Marcelo, but couldn't get a meaningful touch on the ball, and it just rolled through to Lopez.
He's getting so frustrated at the moment. Lewandowski, he's in the right place at the right time, just can't get that contact that he wants towards goal. Muller again, trying to help his teammate out and get on the score sheet.
Good run, wasn't it, from Muller? The Ramdeuter, John, as he's known in Germany as well.
Well, he was investigating space in both penalty areas there.
There you go. You're too much, John, you are. You can get yourself out, John.
So it is 2-0 to Bayern Munich, and the Ramdeuter is wandering around, looking one way and the other. He's covered a lot of ground as well, actually. Not only that little moment there, one moment he's on the right, then he's in the middle, then he's on the left-hand side. Still only 30, incredibly.
Yeah, and you think under Niko Kovac that he wasn't going to have or didn't look like he would have a future at Bayern Munich. Hansi Flick has come in. There's an argument to say he's the key man. It's everything together.
Here's Kingsley Coman on the left-hand side for Bayern with a cross, but it's blocked immediately behind by Kenny Tete for a corner to Bayern. Yes, when we were there before Christmas, the locals were explaining how under Kovac, Muller had been sidelined, marginalised, was on the fringes of everything. A very simple move when Hansi Flick came in, just to bring him back into the centre of things again. And lo and behold, the world for Bayern Munich suddenly became a rosier place. 2-0 they lead in the semi-final. Here's the corner, this latest corner for Bayern into the near post, which is headed down and away to comparative safety. And now Aouar, reaching the halfway line, puts the ball infield and plays it round one side of Thiago. And a turn by the newly arrived Jeff Rain Adelaide, but Lyon lose it. And now Coman bringing it forward, running at Denayer on the edge of the area, plays it square, but actually slips it in between Goretzka and Muller, and gives a pass to Cornet as a result. And Cornet's ball forward, Dembele isn't able to run onto it because Sula went to ground and cut it out.
I'm thinking Bayern. I'm watching Bayern now. They're being incredibly patient, and they're just waiting for the holes to appear. They're not going too quickly, they're not going too slowly. They're making those Lyon players just come out of those pockets, and then they're finding the right pass at the right time. They're kind of wringing the life out of Lyon at the moment. Lyon aren't quite sure what to do and how to deal with it.
So 2-0 with 20 minutes to play in the second Champions League semi-final. So Paris Saint-Germain and Thomas Tuchel will, I'm sure, be beginning to turn his thoughts towards the final on Sunday down in Lisbon, and what that pace, Chris, of Kylian Mbappe might be able to do against this Bayern defence.
I mean, this game's not over yet, but the fact that Lyon have carved some clear opportunities with that Bayern high line makes it a mouth-watering prospect. The final.
Tete bringing it forward. Rain Adelaide now on the right-hand side. There goes to the byline, works it back to Tete, takes a touch, then crosses, deflected though off Davis, and it was deflected to a Bayern teammate in the shape of Thomas Muller on the edge of his own penalty area, who was able to clear it away. Yes, even though we are into the last 20 minutes. Even so, with a scoreline of 2-0, if Lyon were able to get one back, and they're going to make another change very shortly, but Cornet with a swung crossover towards the far post, but it's above Reign Adelaide and will be kept in actually by Tete. Nice little flick to Reign Adelaide, plays it back to Tete, who has a look up, but his cross is blocked by the diving Goretzka, who was there again, just tracked the run and snuffed out the danger.
He's there, he's everywhere, isn't he? Goretzka gets back tremendously well. It worked themselves a real opportunity down that right-hand side. Tete to the byline.
Well, Rudy Garcia is, this could be the last turn of the card, because he's taking off one of the central defenders and he's bringing on a young man called Ryan Cherky, who is another academy product, born in Lyon, and he only turned 17 on Monday.
Oh, good lad. Well done. I'm happy with that. I like to see these young players, get them out on the pitch, give them a chance. And Lyon need to have a go at something now. They really have to push for this one now. Time is running out for them. Why not go for it?
He's created a bit of interest, Ryan Cherky, and he's made a number of appearances actually. It's his 13th, has played in the Champions League, and when he did so, became the second youngest player to have played in this competition. So he's on now in a Champions League semi-final to see if he can make a difference. But one of the central defenders off, so he's going for it, Rudy Garcia, and 2-0 down in the last 20 minutes. He's probably got to do that, Chris.
Yeah, well, of course. It's worth losing the game 3 or 4 to try and get back into this tie. Go for broke. Of course, massive risk doing that against a team of Bayern Munich's quality.
Could lead to another Bayern going in, indeed. Here is Koeman in the penalty area, forced to take it out towards the right-hand side now, back into the box, going one way, then the other, then lays it back, and the ball from Gnabry is not able to find Koeman and runs through to Lopez to pick up. So still 2-0 Bayern Munich, and time beginning to run out. Bayern with their eyes on the prize of an 11th appearance in either the European Cup or the Champions League final. Only Real Madrid have appeared in more than the great Bayern Munich, who've been a force really since they won their first 3 in the mid-70s, 3 years in a row. Something of a constant. Here is Aouar, keeps the ball in on the left-hand side for Lyon. Lyon, who haven't given this up yet by any means. Aouar still going into the box against Thiago, plays it into the middle, and the 17-year-old Cherky had the chance there in the middle, but rather scuffed the shot.
Yeah, Cherky choked the shot. It was really good play. Aouar down the left-hand side, faces up Thiago, drives past him, heading towards the byline, pulls it back. In fairness to Cherky, it just bounces in front of him, and from 8 yards he can't get a shot on target, pulls the shot and is cleared. A Bayern defender.
Just needed a good connection. That's all he needed. Just a good connection. Left foot, half volley, and he definitely choked it. Nowhere near the goal. No danger at all for Bayern.
No, and we saw a little close-up, didn't we, of him? And he had that look of what might have been.
Yes, that was my chance look.
Yeah, even at 17, he's well aware of that. And Philippe Coutinho is coming on late in the game, as he did against his parent club Barcelona when he scored a couple of goals and set up another one, and he takes the place of Gnabry, so there'll be no hat-trick in the semi-final for Serge Gnabry, who scored the 2 goals so far. 2-0. Here's Lewandowski, yet to get on the score sheet, plays it back, now the cross lifted in towards the back post. Koeman on the stretch actually pulls it across with an overhead kick, but Lopez, the goalkeeper, was underneath it to catch it for Lyon.
Yeah, I'd expect Lyon now to try and get the ball a little bit further forward, a little bit quicker. Give yourself a chance to get back in this game just by getting the next goal, and then anything can happen. Bayern have dominated this game with possession, but Lyon are only 2 down. It sounds silly, but they're only 2 down. They've got a chance still if they can get the next goal.
Free kick to Lyon. Aouar was fouled.
It's actually become a little bit more prominent. Didn't see enough of him in the first half.
He's got the armband, Chris, isn't he? He's got the armband, he's skipper. He's stood up now. seems to be playing better with the armband on.
Kate couldn't keep the ball in on the right-hand side, or rather passed it behind Cherky, so it was out of play. Seems to have opened up for Bayern when they come forward after that tactical change by Rudy Garcia. So there's every chance of another goal. The way that Bayern are looking hungry, Lewandowski inevitably fancies his chances, carries the ball and overruns it out of play actually. So throw into Lyon, and they will come again. Aouar down the left hand side again. Aouar being chased by Goretzka, still going. In comes the challenge from Goretzka, who got a foot to it to knock it away and out of play for a throw next to the corner flag.
He's a monster, isn't he, in the middle of the park? He's got 5 yards to make up on Aouar, who's no slouch himself. Gets back, crucial challenge from Goretzka. Tell you wouldn't want to match up against him in the centre of the park.
He doesn't give you any time at all, does he? Great to watch. Great example as well for young players.
Lyon facing defeat in the semi-final. Here's Reine Adelaide though. Reine Adelaide dances over a couple of challenges, and Cherky trying to find his way through but can't do so. There's a red line there on the edge of the Bayern box, and they clear towards the halfway line. Denaire, whose socks are beginning to slip down his calves, gives the ball back to goalkeeper Lopez. Now Marcelo with a long pass forward, but that's beyond anyone in a black Lyon shirt, and will bounce through to Langwell and Ryan.
Yeah, you tend to start to drop those socks below the calves, John. The calves get very tight at this stage.
Here's Coutinho into the action for the first time. Coutinho, right-footed shot right across the face of goal, and it bounces beyond the far post for a goal kick.
You think how many years Coutinho has been playing and how everybody's seen so much of him. The one place where you wouldn't want him to come is inside on that magical right foot of his. And guess what? Tete allows him on his inside, and he's not too far away. I think that the shot must have taken a deflection.
Corner to Bayern Munich as a result, which is taken short by Bayern. Bayern's Thiago. Then rather limp pass is cleared away by Cornet, but it comes out to Kimmich working from right to left. Lewandowski is going to leave it to Coman now, and then Kimmich into the penalty area to Lewandowski, who turns, but Marcelo is able to go with him, keep his eye on the ball, take it away from the Bayern number 9 and clear it out for a throw on the far side.
Yeah, I think Coman's done well since he's been on. Very positive, always looking to go past his defender, past his opposite number.
Bayern still leading by the 2 first half goals. Lewandowski plays it back. Muller's ball in, and now a chance inside the 6-yard box for Coutinho, who controlled it, put it in the net, but I think the offside flag is up. I think they're going to have a look at this. The Spanish referee, Antonio Mateo Lahoz, is just explaining.
He's actually just made a little sign to the player as if to say a little inch, but from what we are seeing,
the question is whether Goretzka got a touch on it.
Was there a touch from
on the
Goretzka?
way through?
On the way through. Which I think there must have been. VAR, I guess, have had a look at it. I mean, but they will have done.
That's too quick for VAR.
This is the new VAR, Chris. This is the VAR that we'll have next season.
VAR plus, this is, Chris.
VAR plus. Yeah. But you can't. When I say next season, that's a week on Saturday. Premier League fixtures are out in the morning. Incidentally, we'll have keep an eye on the BBC Sport website for that. They're out at 9 o'clock in the morning. The Premier League fixtures. And the Championship, League 1 and League 2 are on Friday, so we'll have news of that on 5 Live, and as I say, BBC Sport website. Hansi Flick, I don't know if he's feeling the Lisbon cool, but he's put on his bright red Bayern tracksuit top, and he's going to make another double change, I think. Certainly, that's what was shaping to happen. Bayern breaking forward again. Lewandowski holds the ball up, gives it to his right to Coman. Muller's interested, so is Lewandowski. The cross actually finds Coutinho on the far side of the penalty area. Lewandowski brings it down, plays it back to the edge of the box. Goretzka with a shot that is blocked by Muller.
It's his own teammate.
That's the second time they've done that.
It was an amazing takedown and turn from Lewandowski, and then there's nothing on for me. He's thinking, I'll just roll that onto the right foot of Goretzka, and Muller gets right in the way. He's heading in the top corner, Chris.
Got such a good strike Goretzka, box to box. Dare I say, old-fashioned midfielder. Can I say that, John?
You can say that
yeah.
quite happily. Yeah, you can. Yes.
I think listeners will get the drift of what a player he is. Hammered that shot, ferocious effort. Slammed against Thomas Muller. Get out of the way, Muller.
Double change, and we're going to see the return from injury of Benjamin Pavard, and Corentin Tolisso is going to come on as well for Bayern.
Is it Benjamin or Benjamin?
I think it depends, Chris. I think it depends on... Well, Goretzka has actually been substituted, so he's been looked after for the final. So Pavard, who can play in midfield, but has taken up a position on the right-hand side. So Kimmich has clearly gone into midfield. Bayern still leading by 2-0. We have less than 8 minutes to play, and Bayern coming forward with Lewandowski, got the ball caught up underneath his feet rather. Coutinho, who's put the ball into the net, but the offside decision kept it at 2-0. Now Pavard down the right, Pavard near the corner flag, turns, gives it back to Koeman, who is behind him. Thomas Muller is there, and Bayern continue in possession with Coutinho. Muller, 25 yards out, lifts it forward, but Lopez comes and makes the catch in between two central defenders. I think that's 5 changes Hansi Flick has made now. Tolisso, the French international, coming on into the midfield to replace Thiago Alcantara. Here's Dembele for Lyon, back to the edge of the area. Cherki, then Aouar with a shot from the edge of the area, but too close to Neuer, who's able to go down to his left and hold on to it.
Actually, it's a lovely clearance from Lopez into Dembele, left-hand side of the pitch, who drives inside. He's made an impact, Dembele has. Prods the ball into Aouar's path, a snapshot from the edge of the box, but once again too close to Manuel Neuer.
And just to remind anyone who's just switched on, Bayern leading by 2-0. But if you weren't listening in the first half, Lyon, when it was 0-0, had particularly 2 great opportunities. Memphis Depay, and then who went round the goalkeeper, shot into the side netting. Toko Ekambi with a shot that hit a post, and indeed have had a couple of opportunities in the second half as well. But I think crucially, when it was 0-0, not to be able to take at least one of those chances. Really, the die was cast, and after the second of those misses, when Toko Ekambi hit the post, within a minute Bayern had taken the lead through Serge Gnabry.
That's the game that, unfortunately, or should I say the hand that Lyon have sort of dealt themselves, really, by kind of letting themselves down in that final third and not picking the right pass, not choosing the right finish. Bayern, they're not watertight, let me tell you that. They are not watertight at the back at all.
Even, make a good point about the chances at 0-0, but the chance in the second half, Ekambi, get back in it.
Coutinho, 30 yards out, taking it on now to the edge of the area, gives it to Pavard on the right-hand side. Pavard's ball across, hits Denayer on the calves, bounces out to the edge of the penalty area, and then is cleared away by Thiago Mendes, who was caught. There's a high foot in there, actually. Kimmich was caught by the foot of Thiago Mendes, who I think, after losing it initially, I think it was his flying foot that caught Kimmich, and he's going to be yellow carded.
Yeah, I think he was stretching for that, Mendes. I think he was actually stretching. He knew that he was going to get to the ball first, and his foot was high, and as his foot was coming down, I think it just caught, I wasn't quite sure, it hit one of the Bayern players, yeah. Kimmich, and he sort of scraped his sort of foot down. We've seen that chance again. Pavard pulling it back, and it's a great little set as well from Lewandowski, and yes, it's a really high foot there from Mendes. Quite an ugly challenge, that.
He follows through, doesn't he, with his catches Kimmich in the back. Nasty challenge, that.
Yeah, and
you can actually see, can't you?
As he goes down, he pulled up the side of his shirt, and you could see clearly the stud marks. So free kick as a result of that, in a great position, and Lewandowski is standing there just to the left of the ball, and also Alaba to the right of the ball. Muller has actually just come onto the scene. He's going to stand just a yard or so next to it. It's Alaba who takes it, but hits the top of the wall and bounces away out to the Bayern right and dribbles out of play for a throw. 3.5 minutes to go. Still 2-0 to Bayern Munich, who are inching closer to Sunday's final. Be quite a prospect as Muller wins a free kick against Cornet. So
clever from Muller, just inviting contact in that corner. He's going nowhere at all. He does that sort of drag like it's going to go out, and he drags it down the touchline. You know, the defender there, just be patient. But that's what Muller does. He just invites tackles and he goes down, and we've got a free kick in a great area, Bayern.
So underrated.
Underappreciated.
Free kick, Kimmich to take it. It's a little delay. Kimmich still waiting for the whistle, and here's the delivery into the back post where it is headed in, and Bayern lead by 3-0, and that was as easy as can be. Lewandowski in the middle, virtually unmarked, got his head to it, gets his name on the score sheet, and that goal from Robert Lewandowski, incredibly his 55th goal of the season, that has secured Bayern Munich's place in the 2020 Champions League final.
Yeah, Lewandowski there, just a little bit of movement. That's all it is. He's actually gone from the touchline and he's come back to the 6-yard box, and he's just literally rose above Marcelo there, should I say. And there's no way the defender can get up because Lewandowski's up so early, so powerful, and all he says is, I'm going to win this one, and he heads it into the corner. Keeper's right, his left. Game over.
Yeah, the Poland's made a pickle of a couple of opportunities this evening, but that was a brilliant header. No real pace on the cross. It was all about the direction of the header. Got up, used his strength. No chance for Lopez, and that is game, set and match. Bayern Munich.
And Robert Lewandowski's 15th Champions League goal of the season has made it Lyon 0, Bayern Munich 3. And we have just a couple of minutes to play, less than that. And Bayern now, I think they've known for some time if they were able to find that third goal, that would effectively do it. But certainly at this stage of the game, there's no way back for Lyon now. And Lewandowski, he's got a big smile on his face. Turns 32 before the final. He's 32 on Friday, and he's having the season of his life. As I say, 55 goals in all competitions for Bayern Munich this season. He's just gone into a challenge and taken a bang on the head from Cornet, and he's ended up on the ground. Certainly won't want to jeopardise his place in the final. He's just caught by an elbow.
Yeah, it's a great little bit of skill. He's actually put the ball on one side of Cornet, and he's gone round the other side, and Cornet's thinking, well, you've done me here, I cannot let you go round me. Flailing elbow, and he catches Lewandowski right in the eye.
Free kick then for Bayern. Lewandowski's okay, he's back on his feet. He scored in all 9 Champions League appearances this season. Lewandowski, remarkable season. Kimmich with this free kick then into the near post, and Denayer got there. In fact, it came off the head of Muller, who was right behind him, headed it past the near post, and it's a goal kick for Lyon.
Floated free kick. And Kimmich, no pace on the ball. Comes to nothing.
So Bayern have the ball inside their own half, and scoring in 9 consecutive Champions League matches matches the achievement of Ruud van Nistelrooy. Only Cristiano Ronaldo has scored more in terms of a run of scoring in Champions League matches, and that was 11 in a row. Here is Bayern with Lewandowski bringing it forward from the back. Ball played up towards Coleman, who turns away, but Cornet is next to him. But I think Lyon's race is run now. It's been quite a season. What an achievement to knock out Juventus in the way that they did, the Italian champions over the 2 legs, Manchester City in the previous round. But this powerful Bayern Munich side has been too much for them. But I feel for Rudy Garcia and the Lyon players who've been involved tonight, I think they will think of what might have been if they'd been able to take those early chances. or indeed the one in the second half you mentioned, Chris.
Well, they've played against Manchester City and Juventus with great fortitude and flair.
Here's Muller trying to play it through, but Marcelo is able to block it on the edge of the area.
That's been the story of this game, that the underdogs have had their opportunities and not taken them. I just wonder whether he'll rule not starting Dembele as a centre forward, leading goal scorer. He understood the game plan, but it just hasn't worked.
Here is Coman on the right hand side, Coman with a cross, but in the middle Tolisso was right underneath that and sent it flying high over the top of the crossbar, and it's a goal kick to Lyon. Yeah, I'm sure that's the question that'll be asked, whether it might have made any difference to play Dembele for the start. But in saying that, Toko Ekambi's pace really caused them problems.
Absolutely, and you know, from the way they started the first half, Lyon, the way they started the second half, you know, you're not thinking Dembele should have started, but the more you watch him play, he's been on the pitch, 20 minutes or so. He's a big handful. He's got the ball down. He's brought his teammates into play. And maybe,
he's a goal
just
scorer,
maybe,
Dion.
yeah, maybe, just maybe, Chris.
5 Live Sport from the BBC. We're in the final minute of added time, 3 minutes of added time. Bayern leading by 3 goals to 0, 2 for Gnabry, that one from Lewandowski in the second half. And after 10 o'clock, before Colin Murray at 10:30, we'll chew over this and indeed, of course, look forward to the Bayern Munich Paris Saint-Germain Champions League final. And actually tomorrow night, 5 Live Sport, in the Euro Leagues show with Steve Crossman, they'll be reviewing the semi-finals and indeed looking forward to the finals, both in the Champions League and the Europa League as well. So Guillaume Balaguer will be on the programme, Christophe Terreur and Rafa Honigstein, who I think we'll hear from after 10 o'clock as well. Here come Lyon down the right-hand side, but the game's gone for them now as Davis puts in the challenge. The ball bounces away behind and the referee says that's it, Bayern have won it. They've won it by 3 goals to 0. They've won it handsomely in the end. Lyon have played their part, and they've certainly played their part in the Champions League this season. But we're going to have a Bayern Munich Paris Saint-Germain 2020 Champions League final in Lisbon on Sunday night, and that is a prospect really worth looking forward to. But Chris Sutton, Dion Dublin, the right team won tonight.
Yeah, I think so. I think just a little bit too much quality for Lyon in all areas. Very professional. And I think the performance of Bayern was topped off, or should I say, Goretzka. He was outstanding. He was everywhere. He worked incredibly hard. Team player. And I just think Bayern were far too much for Lyon tonight.
Yeah, the German juggernaut just rolls on. Too powerful, middle of the park. They were exceptional, but in truth, all over the park. They had better players. They have the pace. They have the trickery. They have the ruthlessness of their finishing, and a top manager. But it's going to be some final, I think, because the way PSG set up, the pace they have up top, they can do damage to this Bayern team. But we know, we've seen the last couple of results, Bayern Munich could do damage to absolutely anybody in Europe, so finely poised.
Yeah, Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern Munich have both won their semi-finals in similar style, in good style. And we've got a final of the Champions League to look forward to after tonight's final scoreline of Lyon 0, Bayern Munich 3.